Do you want to stop wasting time after getting stuck on a hard puzzle? Keep watching to learn the two clear choices you need to make if you want to take control of your Sudoku solving. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go, and with that, it's solving time. Where can a 3 go here in block 2? You might notice you have a 3 in row 2 and in row 3. The only place a 3 can go is right there. Greetings, friend. Inferio is making his Smart Hobbies debut with this wonderful puzzle. Thank you, Inferio, for what I think is one of the best classics of 2024. This has a beautiful strategy. Have to find if you want to take control of solving this. First, though, you need to find where the restrictions are. So, look at these 2s. Where can the 2s go in block 1? Only 2 possibilities right here, so I'll mark that using Snyder notation. Anytime in a 3x3 block, 2 possibilities for candidate, mark them. In case we solve one of these cells, you can solve the other right away. No other Snyder marks the 2s, or even the 1s or the 3s at this point. However, we can't get to Snyder marks with the 4s. Yeah, this 4 comes up in the block 2. The Snyder 4 is right there. And then with these 2 4s and this 4, Snyder 4s in block 4. And down in block 9 with these 4s, Snyder 4s right here. How about the 5s? You have 2 5s here in rows 1 and 2 with this 5. You know you're going to be able to make some Snyder marks in block 1. And then in block 8 with these 2 5s right here. And in block 9, these 2 5s. We're not making too many solves here, but don't fret. The setter, Inferio, is taking you on a journey to find the intended solve path. It's going to lead to one decision point. I'll show you what that is. Meantime, we can solve a 6 because of these 2 6s and these 2 6s. You can solve a 6 right there. And then we can look for some Snyder marks with these 6s, with those 2. Snyder 6s in block 1. And then in block 4, these 2 6s. Snyder 6s right here. And with these 2 and this 6, Snyder 6s in block 5. All right, the 7s, this 7, cutting across row 1, this one up column 8, you can solve for 7 in block 3. And now with those 2 7s, you can solve for 7 here in block 6. Looking good. How about the 8s? Only thing we can do with the 8s is you see this 8 cutting across row 8, and this 8 coming down column 7. You have a pointing pair of 8s in block 9. By pointing pair, since the 8s are restricted in here in block 9 to row 9, an 8 can't be anywhere else along row 9. If you try to put an 8 here or here, you have no place to put an 8 in block 9. All right, looking at the 9s. With this 9, you might notice it's coming up the same column as the 4. And so we're going to have right here are the 9s in the same 2 places as the 4s. And whenever you see this situation, call it Snyder on top of each other, you have found a hidden pair. That means that the 4 and 9 are restricted to the same 2 cells in block 2. So no other candidates can be there. And this handy tip will allow you to put a 1 and 8 naked pair here to finish block 2. And my viewers, sometimes they enjoy my tips so much they buy me coffees. Like Aaron Wells, Sam, Beth Rosario, and BH Tan all did. Or they'll even give me super thanks right through YouTube like David Vine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. At this point, the next tip I have is you're going to want to go back through and see if we've missed anything. We added a few more solves. Can we add more Snyder marks? And you can. With this one, cutting across row 6, you can put Snyder 1s in block 6. And that is it for Snyder notation. And so you have this choice to make. This is the crucial choice. Whenever you get to this part, the setter wants you to find the intended solve path. It requires a hard strategy because we've exhausted all the Snyder marks. You can either go through single candidate strategies or you can look for all the Bivalue cells or BVCs. And before I tell you which way will reveal our proven strategy, I want you to know you may be able to take control of more Sudokus than you think. I offer monthly reward puzzle packs featuring hard strategies. And what this means to you, you get to learn and practice new techniques in a fun way. Join the Smarty Party like my new members, Christopher, Paula, Greg Chumik, John Bivalue, and sulfur, and I'll send my monthly puzzle packs to you. If you solve them and give me the correct solution, I'll give you a shout out on a future video, just like Don Malone, Christopher, Aaron Wells, and Carol Emmerich, who all solved my August reward pack. Click the pin comment today because you want to take control of your solving, right? Okay, let's see where all the Bivalue cells were. If we want to see where the BVCs are, and see if that is the way we need to go. If you look in this cell right here, you might see across row 1, you have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you need a 1, 2, 8, and 9. I got 2 and 8 right here. So that's going to be a 1, 9 BVC. And then if you look in this cell right here, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, all looking at that cell. So this is a 7, 9 Bivalue cell. A little bit harder spot, but you can do it. If you look down here with this 1, 8 in the column and a 4, 6, 9 given, you need a 2, 3, 5, or 7. And with this 5, 7, you know this cell is a Bivalue cell 2 and 3. If you look down column 9, you can have a 1, 8, or a 9. This could be a 1, 8, 9. We're not going to mark that, but because of this 8, it can be a 1, 9. And then this cell, because of the 9 in row 9, can be a 1, 4, and 8. And that is it for all the Bivalue cells. None of them really link together, so you can't do any real solving with these BVCs. However, Inferior does give you a clue here. Inferior's look, it's like if you can remove one of the candidates from one of these BVCs, you will be able to solve one of these cells. So we're a one-step restriction, one piece away from solving one of these, and then you can get to the next cell that we need to solve along this solving journey. And so here's what we're going to look to do. Let's look at the single candidate strategies because we just need to see if they can help us solve this. Since I see some 9s in some of these BVCs, let's start with the 9s. Click on here. There's only one 9 given in the puzzle right now. So I'm going to highlight all the places a 9 can be in this puzzle. Right there, right here, there, oh, and of course here. All right, we'll highlight all those in blue. Now it looks like there's a lot of places where a 9 could be, right? However, look a little closer. Look in row 7. You'll notice there's only 2 possibilities for a 9 across row 7. It's called a conjugate pair. What it means is they're dependent on each other. Either this is a 9. If that's not a 9, this cell has to be a 9. So you know a 9 is going to be here, here, in row 7. One of these cells is in block 9. Now, if you look over here and up column 9, you might notice another conjugate pair, right? So you have a 9 could be here or here in column 9. And one of those cells is in block 9. So you have a conjugate pair coming out the row. You have a conjugate pair coming out of the column. Okay, what does this mean to you? Well, either this cell's a 9. If it's not a 9, that cell has to be a 9, which means this couldn't be a 9. And then this cell right here is going to be a 9. So one of these orange cells has to contain a 9. I just showed you that because of these conjugate pairs. That means we can eliminate a 9 from any cell that sees both. You can eliminate a 9 from this cell right here. That's one of our conjugate pairs. Awesome. This is a 2-string kite that we found. 2-string kite. And when you use that, you can make an elimination. It reveals a nice, beautiful solve path from here. So I'm going to remove the 9 from right there because the next cell we got to get to down here. If you want to learn more about 2-string kites, check out this tutorial. But we're going to start taking control of this puzzle now. All right, because what we can do is I'm going to remove the blues, remove the oranges, and remove that red cell. Leave the screen because that's where we're going next. How can we get there? Well, we know you can solve this cell for a 1 now. And then with this one, you can solve this cell for a 1. It allows you to solve this cell for a 9. And then we can do a little bit more solving here. Because now you can do this cell. You have the 1 and 9 right there. This has to be the 8, and our green cell is going to be a 1. Displacing the Snyder 8, displacing that Snyder 5. Outstanding. You got to the next part where you need to be in this puzzle. Next critical cell we got to go to is right here, though. We still have plenty of white space here. How are we going to get to this cell in block 2? All right, and how we're going to do that is we're going to start right here with the naked pair 1, 9 to finish block 3. And before I move forward to see how to get right here, I want to thank you so much for your support of this channel. I donate a portion of my proceeds to Agape International Missions, or AIM. I want you to know we raised $30 to stop human trafficking this month, bringing our yearly total to $55. Follow my volunteer efforts with AIM on my Smart Hobbies Instagram page. But this 1, 9 naked pair acts as a pointing pair. And so you can remove the 1 from right there because the 1's going to be in one of these spots. It means we can solve this cell for a 1 now. And then you got a 2, 3 to finish column 8. Well, this 2, that's going to be a 2. That's going to be a 3, leaving a 9 right there. Okay, making some progress. Where can we go from here? Might notice this 2 coming down creates a pointing pair of 2s in block 7. Okay, so a pointing pair of 2s, it means this cell cannot be a 2 anymore. Otherwise, there'd be no 2s in block 7. So you can solve this cell now for a 2, and you can finish row 1 with a 9. All right, and then with these 2 9s, you can solve a 9 right there. And where can we go from here? After solving block 1, those 9 and 2, and this 9, you look here in block 8. You might notice with these 2 5s, you displace that Snyder 5, solve a 5 right here in block 8. And then with the 4s, you have this 4 cutting across. 4 cutting across right here. 4 coming down, you have a pointing pair of 4s. All right, and this pointing pair of 4s in block 8 is going to allow you to remove a 4 from this cell, solve it for a 9, and now you can solve this green cell for a 9. So we made it all the way, well, a 4 actually. I'm sorry about that. We made it all the way to this green cell, but the next critical cell you got to find is going to be right here. Okay, how do we get to that cell now? Let's see. Well, with this 9, now you got a 1, 9 right here, and you got an 8 and a 1 here in block 2. Okay. Finish block 3. Let's look at row 2 here. You got a 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, you have 6 and 8. Well, this 8 means that's an 8, and that's going to be your 6. Displace that Snyder 6, you can solve for 6 right there. Displace this Snyder 6, take care of all of our 6s. Okay, look across row 5. Where can a 5 go? Can't go here. Can't go here because of this 5, and it can't go here because of this 5. So that's going to be a hidden single 5. A little tricky to find, but we found it. And then if you look here in column 4, you have a 2, 3, or 7. Well, a 7 can't go there because of this 7. Can't go here because of this 7. So you can solve this cell now for a 7, giving you a nice 2, 3 naked pair in column 4. And now with these 2 7s and this 7, you can solve for a 7 right here, allowing you to solve for a 9 in row 5 and solve for a 1 right there. And now with these 2 1s and these 2 1s, you can solve for 1 right here, and we're getting ready to solve this green cell. And then if you look here in column 6, you have a 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. We need a 2, 4, and an 8. So with these 2 8s, this cell has to be an 8, and that's going to be a 2, 4 naked pair. The only place an 8 can go is right here. And now you'll notice across row 6, you have 6 digits filled out, a 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9. You need 3, 7, and 8. Well, I got 7 and 8 right there. That has to be the 3, and with this 8, that's an 8, and that's going to be a 7. That's your neat naked triple trick. All right, now we got to get some solving going because we got a 2 here and a 3 right there. We'll remove the green mark. What else can we solve in this puzzle? Got a full house in block 5, so that's got to be your 9. Full house across row 7, so that's got to be a 2. All right, and then you got a 3, 4 right there. Can we do better than that? Sure. If you look down this column, you got a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. We have 4 and a 7. We got 7 right there. That's your 7, and that's going to be your 4. Displace that 4. And then we just need a 4 and a 5 right here with this 4. There's your 4, and there's your 5. I don't see a 5 in block 4. So we can solve that. We can solve this cell for a 3. All right, got a full house in column 2. So that has to be a 3 right there. Disambiguate in a 4, 3 in block 9. 4, 2 in block 8. And now the 2 here, and our last digit is a 7. Challenge yourself to take control of this next puzzle. Thank you so much for watching.